Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Casey Redbeard, and I'm here in Recife, Brazil, which is a gold mine for dating and culture. I've been to many cities across Brazil and Latin America, and this is one of the best I've ever seen, but it has one major caveat. You have to like brown girls with a little bit of meat on their bones, which is my preferred type. I'm going to put Carolina on the screen right now. I met this girl in Sao Paulo when I was living there, but she's actually from here. She's from Recife. And girls kind of tend to look like her, a good mix of black, indigenous with some European features as well. And as you know, that's my preferred type. But whether you're looking for brown, thick morenas like the girls that I like, or you want skinny white girls, you definitely will not be displeased with the average beauty, average girl here in Recife. They're also extremely receptive and friendly and charming, but they're not easy, okay? So if you're gonna come here for dating purposes, you gotta be respectful, you gotta be charming, and you'll have plenty of fun here in Recife. Now in this video, we're gonna talk about cost of living, safety, obviously dating, and just give all my thoughts on Recife. So come with me and let's explore Recife together. Guys, so I'm here with Giovanna, who has 21 anos. O que você acha dos gringos? Você tem preferência em homem, brasileiro, gringo? Fala pouquinho sobre suas preferências em homem.
Eu nunca conheci um gringo, né? Só o brasileiro. Mas gringo aparenta ser bastante interessante.
Interessante em qual sentido? Você acha que brasileiros têm interesse em conhecer um gringo só por dinheiro ou outras coisas?
Não, jamais. Eu acho que a mentalidade é diferente das pessoas que é de fora, mas é educação também. Não tô dizendo todos brasileiros, né? Mas sim de personalidade.
Personalidade. Ok, em qual sentido? Você acha que eles são mais educados, talvez menos cachorros que um brasileiro, mais românticos, talvez? Você falando assim ou não?
Sim, também falando nesse sentido.
Sim.
São muito cachorro brasileiro.
Yeah. É verdade, os gringos somos mais românticos, mas o que mais você busca em um homem? Fisicamente e personalidade.
Fisicamente também? Preferência alto. Homem mais velho. E que seja respeitoso, né? Porque tem que ser cavalheiro respeitoso, bondoso.
E você acha que hoje em dia os homens são mais princesinhas, mais Nutella? É difícil conhecer um homem mais raiz hoje em dia?
Hoje em dia o macho tá parecendo que é uma princesa. Eles querem esperar que a pessoa vá atrás, responde, não sabe chamar uma mulher mais pra jantar, pra um lugar decente. Tá cada vez mais difícil. Quem casou, casou.
Tempos difíceis, né? Tá mudando os papéis de homem e mulher. E o que você acha de beijar no geral? Eu tô falando no jeito que nos Estados Unidos não é normal que a gente conheça e beijar de repente. Não, lá não é normal, aqui é normal, né?
Aqui é muito normal. As pessoas normalizaram muito.
Beijar depois de 2, 3 minutos, né?
Isso, pior. Pior.
Pior? Alguns têm que como falar e 30 segundos quer um beijo assim.
Pior. Se brincar que é outra coisa.
Brasileiros, safados. So Recife, my first impression of the city, I've been here for about a month now, is that it's like a less developed, smaller, and more charming version of Rio de Janeiro. Less developed in the sense that it doesn't have that modern, almost first world vibe that Rio has. So in Rio, it has a decent amount of English speakers. The streets and beaches and everything in the main area is super well organized. The streets are well done and everything, and they have amazing hotels. We were actually doing a photo shoot at Fazano Hotel. We'll put some shots of Fazano Hotel that we done with, myself and some friends. Also a place called Copacabana Palace in Rio, which is just amazing, just beautiful, beautiful place. All right, so let's talk about how you're most likely to meet them. So the beach and the mall are two of my favorite places. We're obviously on the beach. Again, as I said earlier, one of the girls that I'm dating here that we put on the screen earlier, I actually met her at the beach. Malls are popping too. We'll see if we can get some footage later on at that place called It was called Rio Mar, or Rio Mar, as you would say with like an English accent. By the way, if you guys are wondering, like, is it pronounced Recife or Recife? The R is like an H sound in Portuguese. So that would be two great spots for day game. I do love day game, but even though there's a lot of beautiful women here, if you're busy, you know, the best thing to do is outsource it, hire an assistant. That's like what I talk about. That's my whole thing, dating automation. That's where 80% of the women I meet, I already talked about that. You go to my Instagram and click the link in bio if you want to get on a call and talk about that. But you got to have it correct. You have to have what I call high status photos. Otherwise, whether it's a dating app, whether it's Instagram, it's just not going to work. We'll put on some screen right now some photos of me. Like we have a photo of me in a rooftop lounge, a photo of me on a podcast, a photo of me giving a speech room full of people, just me being social, looking professional, looking successful. That's all my photos are. So when girls see me online, they're like, damn, this guy's successful, confident, rich. I mean, girls don't dream of struggle, right? They want a guy that can upgrade their life. So all that's like meeting girls on dating apps and stuff like that. If you think, oh, I'm just going to come to, like, say your photos are terrible, you get absolute zero success in the US, you're like, well, I'll just go to Brazil. And then it's so easy, right? Oh, they just all line up for gringos over there. If you have like terrible photos, like you have like the typical car selfie, or you holding up a fish, or you petting a tiger on Xanax in Thailand, that's not going to cut it. You have to have your photos have to be planned and stuff like that. That's another thing we do. You can go to my Instagram page and, chat with me. Just mention me the word photo shoot if you want to know more about that. All right, and now let's talk about cost of living. Earlier on, I posted my penthouse that I'm living in. It's me, my cameraman Giovanni, and another guy right now who's he's also famous. We won't talk about him, but because he wants his privacy. But anyway, so we're living in there. It's about $4,000 for a month on Airbnb, and of course that's insane Airbnb inflated prices. Obviously, as you guys know, whether it's United States or another foreign country, doesn't matter. You get much better deals. And just for a frame of reference, the penthouse that we just showed you guys, that the beautiful baller penthouse that's right on the beach, would be about more than 10x that in Rio. Rio Airbnb prices are just crazy. Like it would literally be $50K a month if you wanted a 4-bedroom penthouse on the beach. That would be not $4K a month. It would be more like $50K a month in Rio de Janeiro. But of course, if you like booked a place long term and like furnish it, it probably wouldn't be nearly that expensive. And then overall, I would say, Recife for Brazil, and I guess just Latin America in general, it's a pretty affordable place. Certainly in Brazil, it's going to be orders of magnitude better than Sao Paulo and Rio. So saving money, but also getting like beautiful beaches like this you see, great vibes, friendly people. Kind of like I said, like a more charming small town Rio de Janeiro, like a more like low key, more charming small town Rio de Janeiro. This would be a great spot. Overall, you can go to a nice restaurant, like one of the top sushi restaurants for 2 people, eating really well, would be about $50. Cost of Ubers to go pretty much anywhere you'd want to go, 10, 15 minutes are about $2. Like we go to this, to one of those malls right there where there's a gym and nice shopping. Those are about $2 or $3 at the most, if not less, to go there. And I'd say overall, not as cheap, not quite as cheap as Colombia, but pretty close, like on par with like Medellin almost. Not quite as cheap as like Asunción in Paraguay, but if you're looking to save money and look for a cheap place with good stuff to do, Recife is definitely a strong option.
Apresentar agora o quadro e eu vou perguntar a ele.
Maracujá.
Ok. Vamos continuar e eu vou perguntar a ele qual é o seu tipo de mulher.
Eu sou bem machista, eu só gosto de mulheres bem morenas. Eu lembro quando eu teve como 5 ou 6 anos, eu vi um filme em um teatro, e eu não lembro do filme, mas apareceu no filme uma garota, ela foi branca, uma garota tecnicamente branca, porém muito bronzeada. Basicamente seu cor, como com cabelo escuro, e eu tava como...
This is perfect, girl.
Exato. All right, now for the conclusion. So the bad about Recife. It's not as developed as a city like Rio and Sao Paulo. It's not a walkable city. Right here at the beach, they had kind of a golden opportunity to build nice restaurants and a nice boardwalk, but they kind of just messed up. It's just a whole bunch of apartments right here. You would think there'd just be restaurants and, acai places and, I don't know, convenience stores, pharmacies, grocery stores like there is in Rio. Not like that here, just a whole bunch of apartments, not a walkable city. Like I said, not as advanced, but the good. It's a beach city. The women are absolutely stunning. Again, you have to like the brown morena stuff, but you can find, other girls, skinnier and stuff like that. But not only are you maximizing for just, good genetics of the average girl being very beautiful here, you're also pretty much maximizing the receptivity stat as well. So you're pretty much maxed out in average beauty and receptivity. They're fun, they're outgoing. Like I said a million times, they're not easy, but they're highly receptive. You gotta charm them and be respectful and all that. Don't expect them to just line up, because you're a foreigner. Women here is probably like the biggest draw, and just, friendly people, beach vibes in general. And overall, if you're looking for a more charming, safer version of Rio de Janeiro with hotter women who are more receptive, they should definitely give Recife a try. If you guys want to know more about the dating automation stuff that I do, just go to my Instagram. There's a link in bio. You can get your entire dating life automated. I'm even gonna do some social experiments in the future where I'm gonna pay a girl to show photos of me on the beach to girls here. See if I can get a girl to go on an Insta date just by looking at photos of me. And you guys may not live in a beach city where you could pay a girl to show photos of you to get a date, but I'm doing that online. You can do that online if you want to try this dating automation stuff. Otherwise, just subscribe for more free game and travel advice and passport content, dating content. That's all for this time, boys. Peace.